Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Explaining text 24, text 25, text 26, text 27 and text 28 of chapter 6 Jnana Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Text 24. Sa nishravayena yoktavyo yogo anir vinana chetasa sankalpa prabhavana kamamastaya yaktva sarvana sheshatah manasai vendriya gramama viniyamya samantatah. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon without exception all material desires born of mental speculation and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind. The yoga practitioner should be determined and should patiently prosecute the practice without deviation. One should be sure of success at the end and pursue this course with great perseverance, not becoming discouraged if there is any delay in the attainment of success. Success is sure for the rigid practitioner. Regarding Bhakti Yoga, Rupa Goswami says, Utsahan Nishravayat Dhairyat Tatatata Karma Pravartanat Sangatyagat Sato Vritteha Sadbhir Bhaktim Prasiddhyati. One can execute the process of Bhakti Yoga successfully with full-hearted enthusiasm, perseverance and determination by following the prescribed duties in the association of devotees and by engaging completely in activities of goodness. Upadeshamrita 3. As for determination, one should follow the example of the sparrow who lost her eggs in the waves of the ocean. A sparrow laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean, but the big ocean carried away the eggs on its waves. The sparrow became very upset and asked the ocean to return her eggs. The ocean did not even consider her appeal, so the sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. She began to pick out the water in her small beak and everyone laughed at her for her impossible determination. The news of her activity spread and at last Garud, the gigantic bird carrier of Lord Vishnu, heard it. He became compassionate toward his small sister bird and so he came to see the sparrow. Garud was very pleased by the determination of the small sparrow and he promised to help. Thus Garud at once asked the ocean to return her eggs lest he himself take up the work of the sparrow. The ocean was frightened at this and returned the eggs. Thus the sparrow became happy by the grace of Garud. Similarly, the practice of yoga, especially Bhakti Yoga, in Krishna's consciousness may appear to be a very difficult job. But if anyone follows the principles with great determination, the Lord will surely help, for God helps those who help themselves. Text 25. Shanaiha Shanai Rupara Meda Buddhaya Dhruti Gruhitaya Atma Samstham Manaha Krutva Na Kinchidapi Chintayet. Gradually, step by step, one should become situated in trance by means of intelligence, sustained by full conviction, and thus the mind should be fixed on the self alone and should think of nothing else. By proper conviction and intelligence, one should gradually cease sense activities. This is called pratyahar. The mind being controlled by conviction, meditation and cessation from the senses should be situated in trance or samadhi. At that time, there is no longer any danger of becoming engaged in the material conception of life. In other words, although one is involved with matter, as long as the material body exists, one should not think about sense gratification. One should think of no pleasure aside from the pleasure of the Supreme Self. This state is easily attained by directly practicing Krishna's consciousness. Text 26. Yato yato nishravalati manashravana chalam sthiram tatastato niyam yaita data manayeva vasham nayet. From wherever the mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady. But a self-realized yogi has to control the mind should not control him. One who controls the mind and therefore also controls the senses as well is called Goswami or Swami, and one who is controlled by the mind is called Godas or the servants of the senses. A Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness. In transcendental sense happiness, the senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesha, or the supreme owner of the senses, Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna's consciousness. That is the way of bringing the senses under full control. What is more, that is the highest perfection of yoga practice. Text 27. Prashanta manasam hayanam yoginam sukhamuta tamama upaiti shanta rajasam brahma bhutam kalmasham. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Brahma Bhutam is the state of being free from material contamination and situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. Madha Bhaktim Labhate Param. Bhagavad Gita 18.54. One cannot remain in the quality of Brahman, the Absolute, until one's mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai Manoha Krishna Padara Vinda Yoha. To be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, or to remain in Krishna's consciousness, it is to be factually liberated from the mode of passion and all material contamination. Text 28. Yunjana Nevam Sadatmanam Yogi Vigat Kalmashaha Sukhena Brahma Samasparsha Matayantam Sukham Shanute. Thus the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Self-realization means knowing one's constitutional position in relationship to the Supreme. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme, and his position is to render transcendental service to the Lord. This transcendental contact with the Supreme is called Brahma Samasparsha. Thank you.